We're recording.
Hello and welcome everyone to episode 46 of the Jumpcast. I am your host today, Nick, and I am joined by one of the other hosts today,
Hello.
next one. Yes, we ran into another scheduling conflict. I think that we had the same thing last week. It's school and everything. We have a bunch of stuff going on in our regular lives, so unfortunately, Max 2 or Juries couldn't make it today, but um, we're trying to figure this out for the future so that this situation doesn't happen either.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll have it. I mean, even if it is all three of us, but we record like a day later or something like
yeah,
that, we'll try and get it figured out.
exactly.
So,
Yeah,
um,
and I mean that's what we're trying to do today.
yeah,
Literally, this is like a day later, just because of that weird scheduling conflict. But yeah. Anyways, we're back at chapter 238 with Inhuman Mako part 15. Um, so I'll just get into the recap. So we see Kashimo grow a third eye that can use X-ray vision, and he uses it to analyze Sukuna, in which he says that it's literally the perfection of Jujutsu sorcery. He can use two hands for making hand signs for enhancing his curse energy. He can use chance to enhance his curse energy. He doesn't waste any breath. He's just the perfection, the beauty of jujutsu. Um and that goes into like Sukuna's legend that armed with both of his weapons, he was able to take down the Sun, Moon, and Star squads, as well as the Northern Fujiwara clan, Abe's clan. I'm like really skipping over this stuff. Anyways, he beat a lot of people in the Heian era. Um, and so then after that, we see Kashimo getting mollywopped. He keeps on getting punched, destroyed. Literally is not given a chance to attack. And then Sukuna throws a dismantle at him. I think barely misses him. Yeah, because he sputes out blood. Um, and Kashimo is just he's losing. He loses is the best way to put it. Um, we get into this whole monologue between Sukuna, just talking about how Yorozu tried to teach him love, and he said like it was better off for Kashima or Gojo. Um, and what else can I say? Kashimo gets blitzed so hard and he dies. Um, and then in like this what is it? Would you akin it to like Jogo and Sukuna, like that same thing where like um old Kashimo is talking to Sukuna and they're just saying like, man, what it is to be the strongest, and like Kashimo is just like, how can this solitude not trouble you? And then Sukuna says, I eat what I want and I eat forever and ever, basically. Um, and I never get tired of it. Um, and then after that, we see Hakari's domain break open. He Sukuna looks behind him and he senses two people coming after him. And it's Eugene Higuruma. So yeah, that's the chapter recap. I know that it was really sloppily done, but there's no other way to put it.
we lost Kashimo, but Jump
Yeah,
Kaisen is back though. That's the important
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Um, so yeah, it's I forgot what our predictions were last time. But it definitely didn't turn out that way.
I mean, our
Sukuna just
predictions what like a
destroyed
few
him.
weeks ago are correct. Eugene Higuruma are jumping Sukuna. Just we didn't get the
We
dates right.
predicted this back in like February. Like
Yeah,
we
we
set
just
this
we did get
hypothetical.
this right though. We did get the dates right.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, it's good that we predicted that to happen. But bro, it's so sad seeing Sukuna get thrown around. Not Sukuna, Kashimo get thrown around like this.
I
I,
I was hoping he would do more.
yeah, me too. I, I was really hoping for him to match up a little bit more, but he really could not stand those other two arms. Um, I love the back and forth between them because like Sukuna just saying like evade this. and then
Well,
just like the dismantle that cuts through the world.
well, it's like it's even better because like the chant is coming from his other mouth, and it's like his actual. He's just evade this. Come on.
Yeah, like dodge it. Come on. He's
He really hit
expecting
him
more
with
from
the
Kashimo.
watch. He really hit him with the watch this op down mid on Kashimo.
Exactly.
It's not fun to see Kashimo get blitzed like this because like I was like, oh my god, Kashimo's gonna be cool. It's gonna match
I was
Sukuna a
hoping he
little
have a
bit,
little bit more potential. Like,
but
yeah,
it's really cool to see the original form of Sukuna. I mean, he doesn't have his spear, but just see him still go all out like this is
oh
still
yeah, he still is like destroying him. Imagine if he had the spear.
yeah, he's gone. Like he would have been gone a
Yeah, he
while
would have been
ago.
dead. Um, so yeah, I specifically love the last panel on page 11, where it looks like he's beaten down so hard that Kashima's eyes just kind of freak out a little bit.
Yeah, they're a little wide looking.
Yeah, and he tried his best, you know. He tried to shoot one more lightning strike before seeing God. The X-ray of the whole grid of the cleave and dismantle. Um, it's so sad to see that, but it's such a good panel. It's such a good panel. I love that angle.
It's
I'm sorry,
very
guys.
cool.
I'm grieving right now. Um, so yeah. The I really like how this chapter was set up because this kind of set the whole thing of like it set what how strong Heianera Sukuna is, which is like a completely different beast itself.
Yeah, like the
Like
true
this whole
gap
thing.
between the Han era and like every other era.
Yeah. And like what is it? I'm gonna also like give the argument that like these cleaves and dismantles would not have been as strong if it wasn't for Gojo, if it wasn't for Maharaga like teaching him how to like cut through the world.
Yeah,
Because like they're definitely a lot stronger now than they've ever been.
I think Kashimo, if Maharaga hadn't taught him about the different cleaves and dismantle, I think we'd have seen a little bit more of a fight.
Yeah, he could have done a little bit better. Um, and then like what else? God, bro, he did not stand a chance. The fact of like Sukuna just went behind him and he didn't even he just got blitzed so hard.
Yeah, there's not much else we could say about it.
Yeah. And then I saw a really good TikTok talking about um like the difference between Gojo and Sukuna when it comes to like that pillar of the strongest.
Hmm.
Um, which is basically like the difference between them is that like Sukuna's form of love, if you could even say it is that people marvel at him for being the strongest, so he gives them what they want, which is him being the strongest, aka him killing people, and just like that's what he thinks it is, and then
Hmm.
it's just like it's a sad solitude life, and that's why he says like love is worthless. Um, but Gojo is the complete opposite. Like he's marveled for being the strongest, and then what he does with that is that he nurtures the coming generation with that, um, with that strength to I don't know be better off in the future. Um,
Exactly.
so yeah, um, yeah. I'm trying to think of what else to cover here. It was, of course, there's more to it, but uh,
Yeah, you're still just in disbelief that it actually happened.
yeah. Well, it's not helping me that I'm looking back at these pages and just seeing them.
So then I
God.
want to get your opinion then. I think we might have talked about it briefly in the past. Do you believe that Megami is gone?
Uh, uh, do I wish it? Yes. Do I think it has happened? No.
Like what's
Um,
what's your ratio of like Megami's gone to Megami's coming back like percentage wise? Is it like
oh,
50-50?
Megami coming back, I feel like that's a 100% because I feel like um what is it? I saw something of just like Megami's completely dead. Like I saw a YouTuber talk about that. Um and he said that's just like the whole cursed object thing that happened with like Kashimo, right? Or like Yorozu of like they completely overridden the soul and
Hmm.
morphed the body. But I feel like we should have heard about their plan to save Megami first before uh he like destroyed the body or destroyed Megami's soul. You
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about? Like it would have been like Yuji or someone explaining like this is our attempt to save him.
Hmm.
And then like Sukuna's like, haha, nah, bro, Heian era,
Yeah.
transform. Um, so I think that he's still able to come back. I'm not gonna like the fact that he's coming back after like Sukuna like reincarnated properly, but it's gonna happen.
Kind of like that, like JJK. When people die, they die. Like, let them die.
Yeah.
Let's let
I
them.
don't want
Yeah.
Megami to be the exception.
Yeah.
Um, I'd rather just have Yuji be all alone.
Yeah.
I know that that's a really sad way to look at it, but I want him to be strong.
Yeah. That the putting Yuji on that pedestal, becoming strong, is like you gotta get rid of everything else in your life, kind of
Yeah,
mentality.
That's what he tells Jogo as well.
Yeah.
Like you need to burn everything to the ground in order to reach the heights of Satoru Gojo.
Exactly. So I want to believe Megami's gone. Like you said, story wise, probably he'll come back. Will it make sense?
Yeah,
We'll see. Hopefully it does,
yeah,
because if it doesn't, I'm gonna be pissed. Um,
yeah,
you know, it's got to be a really compelling argument that he's coming back. Like he tries now that Sukuna's technically not in his body, he now has a better chance of fighting back. But also like that MF took like Infinite Void. Like
yeah. His brain's mush right now.
and
It
it's
took a
not
long
even
time
a
to gather
point two like
Shibuya.
he did in like Gojo did in Shibuya. There's,
Yeah,
in my opinion, no way he is
there's more
coming
than a
back from this.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm also
Um,
guessing a domain clash is also going to put strain on him. So there's also
yeah,
that part of it too. So it's not like he's completely out of the woods with just one. So
yeah.
I don't personally don't want him to come back like you do, but like, well, I should say both of us don't really want him to come back, but story wise he probably
Yeah,
will. Um,
yeah. Because I feel like if Megami comes back, then Yuji dies, so it's got to be one or the other,
yeah,
sadly. Um, but anyways, speaking of domains, Higuruma and Yuji are on the
yeah,
battlefield now,
dude,
which I think is the biggest shocker um, in the past couple months is that those two would be the next ones up.
yeah,
Everyone was making the joke of like Maki and Yuji like, Yuta, get in there, and he's
yeah.
like terrified.
So prediction for next week, I'm calling it here. Sukuna's gonna stall the domain while Maharaga goes to law school so he can Saul Goodman Sukuna get all his charges dropped.
Here's my argument though. In the Japanese crime system, what is it? If you're accused of a crime, it's like you're like 99% chance going to be considered guilty in Japanese
Yeah,
court.
I know. I'm
I
making
could
a
be wrong
yeah.
with this.
But
Yeah,
yes, they did talk about. They did say when Higuruma got first introduced that like the rate of actually getting convicted is so high that he probably will.
yeah,
So
it outweighs it entirely, which sucks. That's like just a sucky real life thing.
so
Um,
we're gonna. I think Sukuna's gonna just admit to it. It's gonna be like, Sukuna, did you commit mass genocide? Did you kill a bunch of people using Yuji's body? He's gonna be like, yeah, I did.
yeah,
I've seen so many things on
I
like TikTok and Twitter. People like, um, it's like, oh, it's Higuruma going, did you kill Satoru Gojo? And he's like, yes,
oh
he
yeah, that
did. And
one.
like people like, you're lying. Satoru Gojo is alive. Boom, you're guilty. Like that sort of thing. Like, no,
Yeah,
let Gojo rest finally.
yeah, the kid is
um,
gone.
but like I think he's just gonna fully admit to everything he's done. Like I would really like to see him like try and cleave Higuruma right off the start.
It gives
Um,
me the same it gives me the same vibes as like what you just described as like when Toji enters that like domain of like the like do you think I'm pretty? It's just like I'm just gonna test this out and see how it works.
yeah,
Like you're not really
exactly.
my type.
Exactly. He's just kind of just getting a feel for how this works. I mean, like I like, but people have been calling like giving Eugene Higuruma like a new title. Like they're calling Higuruma the judge, and they're calling Yuji the executioner and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
um, it's gonna be
What
really
I'm
cool to see.
what I'm really hoping for is that Higuruma's domain can add a witness stand, um, just so that like it like doubles down on like the effects of the domain if like Yuji says like yes I was there to witness all of it,
Hmm.
for like whatever crime he's for whatever crime for whatever crime he is charged of, and so then like it nullifies Sukuna even more, and then um Yuji and Higuruma just go straight on him, which I'm really hoping that's the case because Yuji looks a little different now.
Yeah.
He's got different arms. He's got like blades on his arms, and his
Yeah,
hands
on
are
those
just
his
easy
elbows.
now.
I saw a lot of
Yeah,
people comparing like on issue one, the cover of it, there's Yuji like holding up his hand. There's the Sukuna mouth, and then there's like some sort of hand behind him. I'm pretty sure it's just like the mummified Sukuna arm,
yeah,
but people were making comparisons because Sukuna is always depicted with like the long claw like fingernails, and that's kind of what we see Yuji using. So
exactly.
maybe this
Yeah,
is like he's realized fully what Gojo meant when he's been bathed in Sukuna's cursed energy, so he can use it or something.
yeah. The the two bets that I honestly have are it's either uh Yuji did eat his brothers and he gained like the curse techniques from them, and for some reason he can like change his body however he wants to. Um, or this is like my this is probably not going to happen, but I really want him to have like idol transfiguration. So like he just transforms his arms into something that's more dangerous. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just because of all the soul research that was in that book from Yuki.
I hope we'll see some good stuff
Yeah.
about it.
People
Like,
keep on saying it's the last finger, like he ate the last finger, but it's like, I don't really like that idea.
mm-hmm.
I feel like that's strange to just like, um, for Yuji to eat the very, very last one, um, without some other idea. And I mean, he doesn't have the lines under his eyes, so at least in this shot, we'll see.
I think potential. Hear me out. Cooking this on the spot. Um, you know, Gojo before he went and fought Sukuna, they're like, Sukuna was like, hey, Gojo probably has the last finger as like leverage.
Precaution for Yuji so
Yeah.
that like the execution gets postponed.
What if he gives it to
Definitely.
Yuji, and Yuji eats it in front of Sukuna? I know, like Sukuna's like, the one finger doesn't matter. Just the thought. I think I think a panel of like Yuji eating it, and just maybe that's what pisses Sukuna off would be really cool to see.
Maybe.
Like maybe
I
him like lose his cool a little bit, like like where like he's like in the of course we go off the official translation. He's like, "What can you do, little boy?" But in the fan, he's like, "Brat, what do you think you're gonna do here? Like, what are you gonna do?" That pisses him off. He's like, "Okay,
I mean, I would I would I would like that more if it actually gave like Yuji a power
oh yeah,
amp, like
that was what he
something like
needed
that.
to be able to use like cleave and dismantle. Like he's been bathed in it,
Yeah.
but he needed to consume Sukuna's finger to actually be able to use the technique or something."
Yeah, I get it that last time. Because just like the only other time that we've seen this boy sweat is when Gojo lands like two black flashes right in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like I how can you equate like Gojo landing two black flashes? Like how can you make Sukuna sweat? How can you make him lose his cool a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if he does that and then just like cuts one of his arms off, maybe that would actually be the fun thing.
Yeah, we'll just have to see, but
Yeah. Um, but I'm very happy. I think that almost everyone predicts what's gonna happen. At least what I think is gonna happen is like Higuruma throws out the domain, cuts off Sukuna's curse technique. Yuji just lays into him. It's
hmm
just because everyone talks about like the forearms, the grasshopper thing, especially
yeah,
with it being animated recently, like four versus two hands, Yuji can handle it. But
yeah.
yeah,
And I mean, Higuruma's already got his like gavel, his giant gavel out, so I think he's instantly bringing out the domain. I think it's
yeah,
pretty set in stone. I mean, it's pretty. I think obvious would be the term that he's gonna do it, but um, what's gonna happen after? We're just gonna have to wait. We have to wait a week or
yeah,
2 weeks, not a week.
exactly. Because we got a break week. But
hmm
there's also another one that I saw where it's just like, what if Higuruma just straight off gets like Executioner Sword? Then it's gonna be like Sukuna having to bounce off of Yuji and trying to dodge Higuruma and
Yeah,
then getting hit with that one and
because
then
I think it's gonna be good to see
final.
like Higuruma. I mean, it is like a one hit, but like realistically, does he have the fighting potential? Just you know, does he is he able
I
to be
I
like
feel like he's
yeah?
got crazy potential because like people pointed out the fact of like Higuruma was like the only one that could keep up with what Kusakabe was talking about
That's
when it came to
true.
like the domain stuff, and he's like, I think I get it, and it's just like that is that genius in him.
Yeah, which I'm very excited to finally see Higuruma fight again because he's such a, in my opinion, a well written character for Jujutsu Kaisen. I think um, morally he's like the perfect stand-in for Nanami now for Yuji of like being like, dude,
Yeah,
it's okay to be a kid. It's not your fault. Like he
yeah.
doesn't have that mentality of like I'm older, so I need. I mean, he's kind of got the mentality of like I'm older, so I need to protect you, but not on the same level as Nanami had. Um,
I don't even feel like he has that. I think that he's a really good foil to Sukuna himself,
mm-hmm.
because like he is the law. Like Higuruma is the one that stands with the law, and like Sukuna breaks everything. He does not care about anything. So like let's have the modern age actually cut you down a peg.
I'm really excited to see how Sukuna will fight. I mean, I'm assuming he's getting his cursed energy taken away next chapter or two. I mean, I think it'll be pretty
I think
interesting.
his curse technique, the curse energy, that was like the only applicable thing to Yuji because he didn't have a curse technique.
That's true. Um,
But like
but
getting rid of Cleave and Dismantle is crazy enough already.
would that get rid of Sukuna's other techniques? Technically, is
Well, is he gonna pull out the other techniques? That's the other question to bring
yeah.
up.
Because my
I
thought
mean, he
is
could, but
next chapter, I would not mind if it's an instant domain and we get a whole chapter of them inside the domain.
oh, really?
I think that like to go like partially just to go through what everything Suka's done, but also a little break from fighting. We've had the past what 3 months of nonstop fighting, so it'd be pretty nice to get a quick little break.
That's true, but my argument is that I just love the fighting. What is it? Me and like one of my coworkers that also reads this, we are also talking about like what we needed. Of course, it changed now because Kashima's dead, but I wanted to see like a breakaway to like Hikari and Arame because like we need a win.
Mm-hmm.
We need a win right now, and I feel like Hikari is a good chance of does have a good chance of beating Ice Lady. Um,
True.
so like if the heroes get like one win, it would be a nice little break to say, hey, we actually won something for once.
Yeah.
We're not losing the entire rest of the year. Um, but yeah, I feel like it'd also be hilarious just like Higuruma throws at the domain expansion, not even a second. Sukuna just comes out, just like he just said guilty. He just
Yeah.
said Judge Man didn't even do anything. He just said guilty. He wanted to see what would happen.
Yeah, I know. Dude, there's
Um,
so much, so many ways the actual trial part could go. Like he said, he could just instantly admit it because he's given
yeah,
basically they're given a quick little rundown, and he could be like, "Yeah, I did it. Whatever. Let's go."
yeah, yeah. The difference, though, which is interesting, is that like in Higuruma's domain, I think the only sure hit effect is that no violence can be committed. Because
Yeah.
like for Hikari, it's the info dump,
Hmm.
which I find is really interesting because they both act on like a game somewhat. Um, but Higuruma has to explain the game
Hmm.
a little bit differently compared to Hikari. Anyways, that was just a fun note.
Yeah. So,
Anyways,
yeah.
Rip to a Real One, Kashimo literally did not last more than like a couple pages. Um, God damn it. God damn it. He even grew horns and stuff. He was looking sick for a second. He made a cannon out of his mouth. Nothing. Could not do anything.
Oh no, it's sad. It's sad to see. Um,
Yeah.
you know, these sick
It's not
character.
like
Yeah.
this. You
Yeah.
slaughtered him so quickly. God damn
Uh.
it, KK.
Yeah. Oh no, dude,
Yeah.
it just sucks to see Kashimo because like I was so excited for this. Like I had reread the Hikari Kashimo fight recently. I was like, let's go, and then I'm like,
Me
yeah,
too. I
no.
was like, this is gas. I was like, nah. Couldn't even stand a chance.
Exactly. Just sucks.
Yeah. Disappointing. It's okay. Well, what is it? Yuji will run it back.
Exactly. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Exactly. Um, yeah. Do you have any other thoughts you want to add? Do you have a specific prediction for next chapter?
No, just the trial's gonna happen. Sukuna's gonna be guilty. Um, maybe we get to see Urame and Hikari's fight a little bit. Be kind of cool
That'd
too.
be fun.
Or
That'd be
maybe a
fun
little
if it had
flashback of what
twists all the
happened
way
inside
up.
the domain.
Yeah,
Like all the memes of like Urame getting
that
like
would be fun.
info dumped, like this ancient person getting info dumped about like anime and slot machines and trains and stuff.
Pachinko.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like this person from like an ancient era is like, holy, like, oh, like it's super
What did you
overstim.
do?
Like
Yeah.
she looks really fucking angry. Pardon my language. She's really angry on page 17. She got info dumped. She is pissed right
Yeah.
now.
Hikari definitely got the jackpot. He's
It's set
smiling.
up for him. Like he's
Yeah.
got it. I mean, there is like cursed
Yeah.
energy coming off of. No, maybe it's just cracks. It looks like there's cursed energy coming off of him. Maybe it's not, but he's smiling. I think he got it. So
Yeah. So yeah.
he could be smiling that now there's, excuse me, his binding vow with Kashimo. He doesn't have to
It's
worry about it.
done. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't need to be here anymore.
He's like he just dips
Like,
after this.
wait, take me back. I just want to watch this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Uh,
So yeah.
we'll just have to see in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What are your predictions, though, Nick? We didn't get to yours.
I think it's the trial. Gets rid of the curse technique. I want Yuji to land a good blow on him. I want next chapter to be Yuji setting the fact that like he is something to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
Like the this could very likely even be just like the last fight between Yuji and Sukuna.
True.
Like Yuji wins. I want Yuji to win. I want him to like state that in some reason next chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Maybe Gojo's always been saying, "I will win against Sukuna." This could be his win as his student, the next generation, getting Sukuna.
Yeah, wins. Yeah. I want Yuji to have that honored one moment, dude.
Yeah.
I think that's what everyone wants, but
Like I'm narrowly avoiding a cleave, and then he's like, "All right, let's go. Let's get this shit. Let's go."
yeah. Higuruma gets cut in half, and that's the tipping point. He's just like, Higuruma, I'm not even sad that you're dead. Everything just feels right. So yeah. Anyways, do you think this is a good place to call it?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
So
Well, anyways, thank you everyone for watching. I don't know if this was like a long or a short episode, but thank you for watching this week. And um, yeah, if you like this video, like it. Um, uh, Rest in peace, to everyone that is also reading the manga, because now we have to wait another week before we see what happens. Um, so yeah. And then, of course, as usual, since the chapter is taking a break, we're also going to take a break next week, and we will be back afterwards. So yeah. Anyways, everyone have a great rest of their day. Bye bye.
bye.